Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. In today's pick a card reading, we'll be asking, why are you guarded in relationships? This is a sort of a continuation of the reading that I posted yesterday, asking why your partner or love interest is guarded. And I thought about kind of combining the two readings, but I was really called to just do a separate reading. I am using the same cards that I used yesterday. For some reason, I was just called to kind of have this as a continuation for those of you who feel that you and your partner are guarded. And then for those of you who have been told you're guarded or you feel that you're guarded in relationships, this might just be some insight for you, and the previous video might not apply to you. So anyway, once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you directly to your reading. And if you would like to book a private reading or a private Reiki session with me, you will also find the link from my website in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and pick some cards for your piles. Okay, Spirit, we are asking today, why is pile 1 guarded in their relationships? Why is pile number 2 guarded in their relationships? And why is pile number 3 guarded in their relationships? Okay, for pile number 1, you have the Smokey Quartz, and this is a raw stone. So the Smokey Quartz, and your card is Coming of Age. Okay, for pile number 2, your stone is the raw Fuchsite. And your card is To Dance with Joy. Pile number 3, you have the raw rose quartz. And your card is Threshold. Please take as long as you need to choose your pile, and I will see you in your readings. Hello, pile number 1. You have the Smokey Quartz, and your card is Coming of Age. And what first came to my mind when I saw this card is that you're kind of going through some changes in your life and not really willing to let somebody in at this point. Kind of maybe trying to figure out what direction you're going to go in next, or try to figure out, maybe you've even been working on yourself. Maybe you do know that you've been guarded, and so you're trying to kind of work on yourself and change some of those behaviors. But we'll see more about what this card means when we look at your other cards. So let's go ahead and get some of your oracle cards. Spirit, we're asking please for pile number 1. Why is pile number 1 so guarded in relationships? Other world. Yeah, this is what I was just saying. It seems to me like you're trying to figure out who you are, who you want to be, or you're trying to actually change this guarded behavior. This reminds me a little bit of a mirror, and it's like maybe you've really been looking at yourself, looking at your behaviors, looking at your thought process, the way that you've been thinking about things, the way that you've been in past relationships, and you're really kind of doing a deep dive into who you are, why you act a certain way. Does your past have anything to do with this? And really kind of sitting with those thoughts for a little bit. So maybe you're about to change this, trying to figure things out. But I mean, so far it looks, very positive that perhaps you are aware of this and you are trying to change that behavior. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, please? Okay, we have Voyage. You see how interesting this is, how we have other world and voyage, and the colors too. The colors are going from this kind of, I mean, this isn't like a dark card, but it's going from almost like nighttime into where we can see the sun. And perhaps the sun is setting, or perhaps the sun is rising, but you're going from one phase into another, which is what I was saying with this first card. And it might be a slow transition for you. And so maybe you've been working on this for a while, or maybe you thought that you had done all the work that you needed to do. And then maybe you got into another relationship and you realized, you know what, I'm kind of repeating the same things that I've done in the past. So maybe you're doing more reflecting right now. But you're definitely, it seems like you're definitely moving forward, like you're on the right path. And with this here, all these rocks here, and the fact that you're on a boat here, it might not have been the easiest route. You might have, like I said, you might have kind of jumped into something too soon and then realized, okay, I'm really not ready for this. So it seems like it might possibly have been kind of a rocky path for you, trying to figure things out. But it looks like you're coming out of this kind of dramatic situation here. So let's see what else Spirit has to say. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, Spirit? We're asking, why is pile number 1 guarded in relationships? Taking steps. I love how your cards are so in tune with each other. And again, see how this color goes with these colors, and this, yeah, it was okay. I just wanted to make sure because the light's kind of shining on it. All of these cards have this nice blue color to them, which is also goes with the throat chakra. So you could be working on, you know, communicating better. You could be working on, it could be that maybe you've been guarded because in the past when you spoke your truth or when you spoke what you needed in a relationship, maybe that was looked down upon by your previous partner. And so maybe you're really learning to find your voice, really find yourself, and keeping yourself in a relationship, because some people really lose themselves in a relationship and they have a problem speaking their truth. But I do see, again, this person is moving forward. They're going toward this building here. So there's a lot of movement in your cards so far, moving away from, like, you see how dark this card is? So it's really dark here. The background's really dark. And then you get to this card and there's just a little bit of light. Here there's more light. And then here it's, you know, daytime, like middle of the day. So I'm seeing positive movement here. What else can you tell us about pile number 1? Why is pile number 1 guarded in relationships? Events, a creative endeavor. This is interesting because, as I was just saying, that maybe you have a problem expressing yourself, talking about your wants and needs, or really just kind of being yourself and expressing yourself in a relationship in general. And then we get this card and it's like a creative endeavor. It's this canvas here. It's like speaking your truth, presenting yourself, showing the world who you are, not holding back either. Really showing up for yourself and letting people know who you are, your emotions. It seems like your emotions have been kind of stunted, like you've kept them under wraps almost. Like maybe you even thought that your voice or your opinions or your thoughts about the relationship weren't worthy of bringing out. Maybe somebody really shut you down in a previous relationship, and so now as you go into a new relationship, you feel like, okay, well, if I express myself, or if I say how I'm feeling, or if I say how I want things to go, I don't feel that I will be appreciated. I don't feel like this other person will listen to me. And as you're taking these steps, I'm seeing that you're going to be more expressive. You're going to be, and you can see how the color has changed now too, right? So you're really feeling more confident in your own voice is what I'm seeing that's going to be changing, or that is in the process of changing. So let's go ahead and look at your tarot cards and see what else we can find out. Okay, Spirit, we're asking for pile number 1, please. Why is pile number 1 guarded in relationships? Six of Swords. Definitely seems like you're moving away from this. You're realizing that where you were before was no longer working. And you may have some help moving forward. Somebody might be, and look at how this outfit and these two really kind of match. So you might have some help, somebody kind of guiding you along the way. Maybe you're reading books, maybe you have an author that you really like, and you could even be listening to audiobooks. That just came into my mind. But you're realizing that where you were before, it's just not working. And so I think you're really making an effort to change the way you think about yourself, to be more comfortable expressing yourself. The Knight of Cups. I really feel you. This card is about, you know, expressing how you feel to somebody else. This is not being afraid of your feelings. This is moving forward slowly but confidently. And you see there's somebody up here in this window here. So you might even be going, trying to communicate with somebody from the past, even someone who, or even, let's just say, even this could even be if you're in a current relationship with somebody, trying to communicate with that person that you're working on it, that you're trying to be more expressive. You're trying to change the way that you think about voicing your opinion, voicing your thoughts, and being your true self. We have the Page of Wands. It definitely seems like you're really moving forward. You have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of gaining momentum. I really feel that you're feeling more confident. But you still do have some walls up. You do still have some protection. You see this statue here and this wand here. It's like you're not completely ready to bare your soul. Even in this card, this person has the body armor on, but you're making progress. And you're starting to realize that your feelings are valid, and keeping your feelings in, like this volcano here, keeping your feelings in it's not healthy. So, you know, you're slowly releasing, you're slowly expressing yourself, which is good because, like I said, I do see you moving forward. We have the High Priestess. I don't think that you have it all figured out yet. I think you're still doing research. You're still kind of, maybe you're even doing some sort of meditation, or maybe going for long walks by yourself. You know, whatever it is that really allows you to dig deep into your soul and really go back and revisit things in the past that may have happened to you. And I feel that, again, like with this card, you're still guarded. You're not going to reveal everything all at once. And I think it's going to take some time for you. This isn't going to happen overnight. But I do feel, especially with the moon here, that you're really realizing that how you were before, how you were thinking, like I said, it's just not, it's not allowing you to fully connect to somebody else that you really want to move forward with. So this could be like someone in the present, or it could be that you're reflecting on how this didn't work out for you in the past. And because somebody just couldn't deal with you being so guarded anymore. And so I'm really seeing that you're doing a lot of work. You're trying to get in touch with your emotions. You see this this whole, the structure right here is actually sitting in the water. A lot of times the high priestess, the water is just behind, but here is actually in the water. So you're not quite ready to fully immerse yourself. You're still looking into it, but you're definitely working on finding balance. And if you notice here, there's a flame here, but there isn't a flame here. So that further goes to my point that you're getting there. Maybe you're halfway there. You're getting there. So don't feel discouraged. If anything comes up where you're feeling discouraged or it's a little scary to really look at your, those feelings that you've kind of buried deep within yourself, it's okay to feel that way, and it's okay to take a time out and just take a pause on that for a minute until you feel more comfortable again. And we have the Justice card. I definitely do see you becoming more balanced. I see you releasing anything that's no longer working for you. I see you becoming more confident, more secure, more willing to put yourself out there, willing to stand up and really express yourself, and really be able to have more equal, more balanced relationships in the future. Really letting this go. Remember the Six of Swords, where you're moving away from this here, how dark it is in this card, so moving away from that. We have the Two of Swords. And this goes back to what I was saying with the High Priestess card. It's okay if you don't have it all figured out yet. It's okay if you need to take some time. And look at, here are the stones, the rocks, the rock formations in the water, which is what I was talking about here with this Voyage card. This Voyage card actually reminds me of the Two of Swords card. So there might be delays. You might need to take a time out. You may need to dig deeper. You have half of it figured out. You have part of it here. There's more to figure out. But you have these two swords here. You're ready for balance. You're ready to get rid of what's no longer working for you. We have the Hangman. You're not there yet. You are not there yet. You're still working on it. And give yourself time. Give yourself the praise that you need to, that you've taken the steps, that you've gone this far. And the Hangman also is about, you're almost ready for change. This might be uncomfortable for you. You might not completely enjoy this process, but when you come out of it, you're going to be so glad that you did it. And also, this is right below the Six of Swords, talking about moving out of a situation that's no longer working for you. The Nine of Swords. I don't think this is anything that you're enjoying, this introspection, which, that can be really scary for a lot of people. It's not fun a lot of times because we're confronting our shadow self. We're looking at things in our personality that doesn't necessarily align with where we're supposed to be on our path. But the thing is with the Nine of Swords is that these fears that you have are all in your mind. And another thing that I'm getting here, there's a little candle here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little candle here, and this window's open, and it's like, remember starting to express your emotions here, and here we only have one flame going. And it's like, it feels like, and this is also below the Knight of Cups, so it's like you are afraid to express yourself. You feel that if you express yourself like you did before, something bad might happen. Somebody might not agree with you, or somebody might not be receptive to your feelings. but this is all in your head here. This is something that you can move away from. And so what I'm getting with this connected to the Hangman is that you might be trying, and then maybe you're about to say something or about to do something, really allowing you to express yourself, and then maybe you kind of reel it back in. So that's just something to be aware of. We have the Ten of Wands. I think it's been a journey. I think this has definitely been a long journey for you of kind of self-discovery, of figuring out, is this something, even thinking that you want to quit sometimes, is this something that you want to keep doing? Is this something that you want to keep working on? But the thing is, you're very close and you're almost there. You've done a lot of work. And it seems like when you dig deeper and deeper into the root cause of this problem, it seems like that's when you start to pull back. That's when you start to feel the fear that we see in the Nine of Swords card, because you're so close here, you're so close to your goal. But when you peel back so many layers and then you're really getting into the core of the issue, that can be when you really, really feel really intense healing and really intense discovery, which can make you want to pull back from the whole thing. That's why you have this huge wall up here. You're, guarded, trying to move forward with these things. And here you're guarding yourself with the statue. This person is standing behind the statue and then has the wand there. So let's see. Well, you're not giving up. The Eight of Pentacles is a card that keeps on going. They keep on working on their craft. This person is looking at this pentacle down here, examining it, trying to make this one even better than the last one. And I can tell you also with the Eight of Pentacles, other people are noticing what you're doing. They are noticing the hard work that you're putting into things. So if you are in a current relationship, I think the person who you're with is noticing these changes, is noticing you really doing that inner work to figure this out. And maybe they haven't completely expressed that to you. Maybe they're letting you kind of do your thing, but they've definitely had the opportunity to look in through this window and see what you're doing. And it could be that they don't want to, they kind of want to let you do your thing. They don't want to get in the middle of anything, but people are noticing. And if you're single and wanting to fix this issue before you get into another relationship, this could be like friends or family, or someone close to you who's really seeing the effort that you're putting into this. So it's not going unnoticed. Just remember that. We have the Seven of Pentacles. I really see you looking at your progress. I see you taking a couple steps forward and then checking in with yourself, evaluating things. And I see you nurturing yourself. I see you nurturing the past you and nurturing the future you, and working very, very hard. And I think you've been very patient too. This is a card of patience. I think you've been very patient with yourself. So definitely let yourself feel a sense of gratitude for how far you've come. And also, if you make a lot of progress and then slide back a little bit into some of your old habits or thought process, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. It's okay. You're making a lot of progress. We have the Ten of Pentacles. I really see you being successful with the work that you're doing on yourself. And if you are in a relationship, I feel that your partner is definitely going to appreciate all the hard work you've done. If you have a family, your family's going to appreciate it. And I can tell you definitely with this Ten of Pentacles card, your work is going to pay off in the end. It's not going to be easy going through this, especially, like I said, digging so deep into like the inner core of your being. That's not necessarily a fun thing to do, but you're going to be rewarded for it. And it's going to really help to build a strong foundation for this current relationship that you might be in. And if you're not, then for a future relationship that you may find yourself in at some point in time. And you're going to really build your confidence too, because you're going to be able to look back at how far you've come and how far you still want to go. And you're going to be proud of that. And you may never be done with this. You know, we're all always learning, and some of us are, you know, continually working on ourselves. So it's going to be appreciated. And it's definitely going to be worth it with this 10 of Pentacles. And that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in a future reading. Hello, pile number 2. You have the Fuchsite stone, and you also have to dance with joy. What I get with this card is that you are a very independent person. I believe that you have a very unique personality, and perhaps you've been afraid to express yourself fully, to fully let people in to really see who you are. Maybe you don't really connect with a lot of people, and maybe because of that you've been kind of closed in and not wanting to like reveal who you really are. So we will go ahead and take a look at some of your oracle cards to see what else we can find out. Spirit, we're asking for pile number 2, please. Why is pile number 2 guarded in relationships? Choice. So this is interesting. It's like, well, you have a choice to express who you are, or you have a choice to stay kind of bottled up and not really show people who you are. And the problem with that, with not really showing people who you are, is that you're not going to find those people who are going to love your personality. You're not going to find that special person who appreciates how unique you are. Because I really feel that you're very different from other people. You're kind of, you know that you're different. Like, it seems like maybe you don't connect with a lot of people. Maybe you're an introvert, or there's something about your personality seems so much different, but so special from other people, and very genuine also. That's like the biggest thing I'm picking up on, is that your personality is very genuine. I don't think that you are one to really like portray someone who you're not. And so it's like, what I'm seeing here is that when you meet people, you might take a step back for a minute and kind of evaluate the situation and try to figure out, okay, should I be myself, or will I not be accepted in this situation? So I'm seeing a lot of contemplation when you do meet somebody. And this is like, I'm seeing this in general social circles, and also in like romantically meeting somebody. Even if you just kind of bump into somebody randomly at an event or a party, or, you know, when you're out with your friends or something, it's kind of like you pull back a little bit is what I'm seeing. Okay, what else can you tell us, Spirit? Let's see, victory. Well, I'm seeing that if you do take a chance, if you do meet somebody and you really just try to be yourself, I think you might be surprised. I think you might be surprised by what you find out, because allowing yourself to be your unique self is going to open up your path for other people who are just as unique as you are to come into your life. And I think you'll be successful. because that's how we meet the people who we're connected to, who we have that really special bond with. And I think you're going to soar. I think you're going to, once you find like your soul tribe, once you find that person who is just as unique as you are, you're going to be so glad that you took that chance. And it's going to be really gratifying for you. Okay, let's see what else Spirit has for us. Spirit, what else can you tell us about pile number 2 and why they are so guarded in relationships? Deception. Let me look at this card. What I'm feeling here is that when you really, in the past, when you've spoken your truth, when you've really let your true self shine, you have felt like people were talking about you behind your back. You felt like people were saying one thing to your face and then kind of saying another thing behind your back. And whether or not this is true or not, this is how you're feeling. This is how you perceived things. And so I think this is really why you started to reel in your personality. And the thing is that if somebody was doing this, if somebody was talking about you behind your back in like a malicious way or a gossipy way, those people, that's not your tribe. Those people are not meant to be in your inner circle anyway. But I mean, that is very hurtful. So this could definitely explain why what I saw here, when you're in a social situation or when you meet somebody, you're not sure if you're going to really be yourself or not. And that's probably why I saw so much independence in this card. Okay, let's see. What else can you tell us, Spirit, for pile number 2? Why is pile number 2 guarded in relationships, please? Okay, this card's really kind of wanting to come out. Okay. Energy, fragmented energy. You're not sure who you should be at what time, in what situation. You're not sure, oh, should I let them see this piece? Should I let them see this piece? What should I hold back? What should I? And I think it's very stressful for you. I think you're just not sure who to be where. Maybe you're the type of person who is a little bit different in every situation. And that's fine. I mean, and that's obviously very appropriate in some situations, but it seems like it's really bothering you because look, this piece here is missing. And that's the same place where we see this light shining here. So it's almost like when you showed people your true self, or, like in a past relationship, like, almost like it stole a piece of your light because you were around the wrong people. And so that's why I see you being hesitant to really express yourself, to really let other people see who you really are. And I see you, in both of these pictures here, cards, we only see half of this person. We're not seeing the whole person. We can almost see the whole person here, but you're very covered up here. It's like you're shielding yourself. Because this person in this card has a robe on and then they have the clothes on underneath. So it's like you're in here too, actually. This person has a robe on here too. But when we get to the victory card, this person has shorts and a tank top on. And they're exposed, their skin is exposed and they're feeling so free and victorious and happy that they were able to be their true selves, that they were able to speak their truth. And you know what, if somebody doesn't like me, then that's okay, is kind of the energy that I'm getting here. Okay, let's go ahead and look at your tarot cards now. Spirit, we're asking for pile number 2. Why is pile number 2 guarded in relationships? Okay. We have the 10 of Pentacles. This could have something to do with your family too. This could go back to a family situation. This could point more toward feeling safe, where in the past you haven't felt safe when you do express yourself. So if you're in a relationship and you're being your true self, this beautifully unique person, and other people, or in that relationship somebody might have put you down, it could have taken away this feeling of safety that we usually see in the Ten of Pentacles card. It could have made you think twice about being yourself. Yeah, the Hermit card. There was a situation in your past that really made you, what's the word? I'm just seeing like closing in on yourself, where you're not feeling comfortable being who you are. You're not comfortable around a lot of people. And that could be it too, where you just don't vibe with a lot of people. And so it's really hard for you to open up, because this here, where in the past somebody might have looked at you in it like not really understanding where you're coming from, and you just lost like that sense of safety, that sense of being able to, like in your home, you should be able to be yourself. So if you lost that sense of security, it's going to take a little bit for you to build that back up. Like the fragmented energy here, it's going to take you a little while to put those pieces back together. Then we have the Four of Cups. And I think because of the way that you are, and even if you've been this way for a while, that when you are presented with an option of maybe a romantic partner, or possibly going out on a date or somebody, you really have to think about it. Remember the Choice card? You really have to think about it. You're not sure if that's something that you want to do. So I really see you thinking about things perhaps longer than would be necessary for somebody else, putting too much thought into it, having to really think about things, or just not being interested at all. But when you're doing that to an excess, you could be missing out on great opportunities. And then we have the Materialism card, which is the Devil card. And what I get with this card is, first of all, you have a lot of fear of being in the same situation that you were in before. Of people not understanding who you are, people not appreciating you also. Because remember, I told you, your personality is very unique and beautiful. People not appreciating you, or even somebody lying to you. I mean, look at this. We have the Devil card right below the Deception card. So it seems like in your past, there was something really hurt your soul on a deep level, of some sense of somebody saying one thing, but not really showing their true colors. Or this could also be you, where you don't want to show your true colors. So you're kind of hiding behind, see, this person has a robe on again. You have a lot of just like robes covering you, covering your personality. And so maybe lying to yourself also. Maybe you found yourself in situations where you are being somebody who you're not, to kind of satisfy other people, but that's really hurting your soul and hurting your own growth in this lifetime. We have the Seven of Pentacles. It seems like it's going to be a process for you, but this is definitely something that you can do. It's like, you know that you have some of the pieces, but you don't have all the pieces. You want to take things slow. You don't want to just jump into the process of opening up. So maybe you'll open up just a little bit to somebody, and then check in with yourself. And that is where the fear could come in of, okay, I've shown enough of myself. I don't want to open up any more. Let's see what comes after this card, the Queen of Cups. So it is definitely possible for you, and I do see that you might be really wanting to find a balance. You really want to express yourself. You want to be comfortable in your own skin, and you want to be comfortable around other people as you are yourself. You want to enjoy life, and I think if you are like an introvert, or if you're acting introverted, I think that it's too much. Like, you may like time to yourself, but you would also like to enjoy company of somebody else. You would like to feel comfortable with somebody else. You would like to be in a relationship. You have so much to offer someone. And I think that you would really do great in a relationship if you were given the opportunity, and if you were with the right person who would appreciate who you are. And I see with, with some work, you can definitely get there, and you can definitely feel 100% comfortable, 100% confident of who you are around anybody. Within reason, of course, sometimes some of us are nervous in some situations, but, really not being afraid of who you are. The Two of Cups. And what I see is, once you get to this point here, once you do a little bit of work and take your time, do things slowly, do things on your own time. This Queen of Cups is not rushed by anybody. The Queen of Cups does things on her own time when she's ready, and not until then. And even if you tried, it just wouldn't work. So with a little self-reflection, you can definitely make these changes, and then you'll be really open and really able to express yourself to somebody who matches your personality. Look at these two outfits. Look at how well they go together. This is somebody who's probably looking for someone just like you, because you are like them, and your personalities are both unique and both beautiful, and both longing for that connection with somebody who's on that same wavelength. The Queen of Swords. This is about expressing yourself. This is about being yourself, coming out of the hermit stage and being yourself. Who cares what people think? It's about transformation. You have a butterfly here. And really owning who you are, having your emotions in check, knowing who you are, and expressing that without any, what is that saying? I can't think of the saying. But like expressing who you are without worrying about what people are going to think or say, and not compromising either. Not compromising who you are for someone else and what they might think. Then we have the Six of Cups. I think you might hesitate sometimes to really fully express yourself once you've gone through this healing process here, because every now and then it's going to creep back in of something from the past, like the reason why you've been so closed off. But this can just help us grow. This can, first of all, remind us that we don't want to go back to the past and be so closed off, but it can also show us that the past doesn't really matter either at the same time. Does that make sense? That you've come so far. You've got the Victory card up here. So don't let the past bother you anymore. Try to let that go. Try to take the sword and literally just cut it away, because it doesn't need to be in your mind anymore. And then we have the Three of Wands. Once you fully let go of the past in this card, once you let that go, once you make a firm decision that the past is no longer going to control you, this is when somebody can come into your life, like a romantic partner, or this is when you'll really make progress with your current romantic partner. So just keep that in mind, that these changes are going to definitely have kind of a ripple effect in your life, and those right people are going to start coming into your life. The Knight of Pentacles. You're going to meet somebody who is, like I said, just like you with this card here, but this person is the opposite of this deception card. This person is, excuse me, this person is loyal. This person probably has, you know, a good job or a good work history where they're very consistent. They don't play games. And in relationships, they're somebody that you can count on, somebody who's going to be there, somebody who's going to protect you, somebody who's going to grow with you, and somebody who is going to be patient with you as well. Then we have the Lover's card. Look at that. Look, we're talking about why you're guarded in relationships, and on this row we start with the Two of Cups and we end with the Lover's card. This is about loving yourself so that you can love someone else. And once you start to fully embrace this awesome personality that you have, because I can feel it. I can feel it over here. It's such a cool energy that you have. Once you embrace that and you no longer care about who doesn't like that energy, because of course not everybody is going to like our personalities. Nobody's, you know, not everybody, and we don't like everyone's personalities either. But you're going to find your special person. Remember here, I said this person is just like you. And it might be a little bit shocking to you, because you didn't really feel that you would find someone like that, but you're going to find that person, and you might have this sense of safety where you can let your guard down. So just keep that in mind moving forward. But this person's definitely out there. This person is going to make their way towards you, and you might hear things or see signs from spirit about this person, or it might be some kind of some event or something that's like kind of like what's that, where events kind of line up, and looking back on it, you'll say, oh wow, look at how that happened, kind of thing. Like, that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't here and you were there. You know what I mean? Like, things coming together. So just keep that in mind going forward. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I hope to see you in a future reading. Hello, pile number 3. You have the rose quartz stone, and you also have threshold. You see all these butterflies here? I don't know if you can see those, all these butterflies. What I'm seeing with this card is that you have been changing, you have been working on not being so guarded, and it seems like you're not sure how you feel about that. It seems like, you know, you have wings here, so maybe you're ready to get out into the world with this new view that you have of yourself, or these new feelings, or being less guarded. And I just see so much change and transformation here, but it's like, well, am I ready or not? Because this person can fly, they have wings, but they're still sitting down. So we'll see what else your cards say, but that's what I get so far. So let's go ahead and look at your oracle cards. Spirit, we're asking for pile number 3, please. Why is pile number 3 so guarded in relationships? Graduation. Look at that, and look at how these colors go together. Look at these two cards. So you have threshold and graduation. Remember where I said you have wings, you're ready to fly, but you're not sure if you're ready to fly? Well, this card is telling you that yes, you are ready to fly. You've done the work. You've really looked at your shadow self. You've looked at why you've been so guarded. And maybe you're not perfect yet. Maybe you still have some work to do. Maybe you feel that you're not perfect. You feel that you're unsure, which can be true of graduating. You know, let's say you get a degree and you're graduating, and then what? Then you have to get out into the workforce and you have to apply for jobs. Kind of a similar situation if you've done a lot of work on yourself, and let's just say that you're single. Well, now you have to get out into the world and start dating, meeting somebody that you're connected to. And so that can be scary in either case. But we'll see what happens with the rest of your cards. But it's like when we're about to do something new, it can be really scary, but we can't be afraid to fly. Remember that. You have wings and you have the ability to fly. And move into the next part of your life with confidence, because you have the skills. You graduated. Here's your diploma here. So you've gained the skills. You have changed. You have transformed. Okay, what else can you tell us about pile number 3, please? Sunset. Look at how pretty that card is. The first thing I got from this card is that, yeah, maybe tomorrow. Okay? Like, you feel like maybe you're not ready. You feel like, maybe not. So you look at these 2 cards here. There's sun here, almost like you're in this little cave here. You're in the safe zone here. And here you're looking this way, and here you're looking that way. So it's like, well, maybe I'm ready, maybe I'm not. Maybe tomorrow. And that's fine. That is definitely okay to not know if you're ready for something or not. That's definitely okay. But at least you're contemplating it. At least you're thinking about it. You know, you've done the work. Spirit says you're ready. You're not sure if you're ready, and that's fine. You don't need to move before you know that you're ready. Okay, let's see what else. What else can you tell us about pile number 3, please? And why is pile number 3 guarded in relationships? Family. So this could have something to do with your family. Maybe that's why you're guarded, because your family, maybe something happened when you were younger within your family that really made you kind of put up walls. Maybe you had a divorce in the family, or maybe now you have a family, maybe you have children now, and you've been really guarded because of your children. Maybe your children are now older and you're trying to find yourself again. You're trying to figure out who you are now. And maybe you had to be guarded because maybe you were a single parent and you didn't want to bring anybody into your life because you were very protective of your children. So it could be either of those scenarios. We'll try to get more information as we go along. Okay, what else can you tell us about pile number 3 and why they are guarded in relationships? Intention and taking steps. I definitely see you taking steps. I mean, I see that all over in this card with all the butterflies that you have here in the transformations. And, you know, threshold, graduation, you're definitely taking steps toward whatever it is that you want, this big universe that we see here in this building. So taking steps toward that, moving away from where you were before, going into a little bit of the unknown, which can be scary. But like I said with the graduation card, you know, you're moving from one phase into another phase. and you're going to do it when you're ready. If you're not ready today, maybe try tomorrow and see how you feel tomorrow. Okay, can we have some more information, please? Why is pile number 3 guarded in relationships? Four of Cups. Well, we see here that you've been guarded. It's also underneath the graduation card. So perhaps the next time somebody presents a cup in your direction, maybe you're going to let go of being so guarded. Maybe you've thought about it long enough. As we see here now, we have 3 cards, this one, and this one, where you're really contemplating something. You're not sure if you're ready to move or not, and that's okay. But what I do see is that you're grounding yourself. You look at all this, you're sitting on a tree here you're sitting below a tree, and here you're sitting with the water. So you're really getting grounded and really taking care of yourself first. And again, that reminds me of the family card. So if you did raise your children and now they're, out of the house or going to college or graduating high school, maybe even going into college. And I said earlier that you might be trying to reconnect with yourself. And that can be what the 4 of Cups is here, that maybe you really lost yourself in raising your children. And so you're figuring out, okay, well, who am I now? And so if you were guarded, if you were raising a family, and now you're trying to learn how not to be so guarded, because that kind of followed you into your new life, where your children are stepping out of the house and kind of living their own lives. The 5 of Pentacles. It seems like you've been on your own for a while, and it seems like you may have had offers to date somebody or, go out with somebody. It seems like you really didn't accept these offers because you had a lot going on. You felt like maybe that was an opportunity that you had to just walk on by for some reason. And it could be that if this family card is more of something that happened when you were growing up, and when you were younger, something damaged you. So maybe there was a divorce in your family that made you feel very protective of yourself. Then this could be that also. Like, you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody and then have the rug pulled out from underneath you and you're left out in the cold. So this could be a protection thing. The 4 of Wands. You could definitely be shielding yourself from, if you do let somebody in, if you do get married or you do connect, if you have a long-term relationship or even a short-term relationship, whatever it is, it's almost like you have a fear of abandonment or a fear of what could go wrong. Yeah, and because you have that fear of what could go wrong, it's like you've built up all these walls, this protective barrier, and it's kind of like, well, I'm just not going to let anybody in. And it really seems to have something to do with family. Whether this is you as a child or you are protecting your children from bringing somebody in. Let's see what else we can find out. The Page of Pentacles. So it seems like now, with the taking steps in the Page of Pentacles, and then as we talked about earlier, that you are now moving from the 4 of Cups, where you're kind of like, no, I'm just not interested, to, oh, okay, maybe I'll look at that. And I think that you're really going to probably take things slow. If somebody does come into your life, if somebody does approach you, or if you decide you want to get on a dating site, I think you would really do a lot of communication before you would meet somebody. So if you meet somebody like on a dating site, I think you would really do a lot of digging, talking to somebody on the phone, really trying to analyze their personality, figure out if this person might be a match for you, see if it's worth your time to move forward and go on a date, or if you meet somebody kind of in the natural world while you're out and about running errands or out with friends or something like that. You know, you might take things slow and really look at this person from all angles before moving forward. But the thing is that I see you moving from the Four of Cups, where there's no movement, to the Page of Pentacles, where you are contemplating things, but doing your due diligence beforehand. We have the Four of Swords. I don't think you're in any hurry whatsoever to rush into anything. I think you're taking your time. I think you would sleep on it overnight. If somebody asks you on a date, you might say, well, maybe I'll think about it and I'll get back to you. You're making sure that you're taking care of yourself now. Again, this takes me back to the family card, whether this was you when you were younger or you protecting your own children. You really want to make sure that you figure out who you are today. Since you've gone through this transformation here, and there's the graduation, but you haven't quite walked up these steps yet to get your diploma, figuratively speaking. Or, I mean, maybe you graduated college or grad school or something, and maybe you're trying to find yourself after that, you know, long process. So that's something that just came to my mind too. But whatever it is, you want to make sure that you take care of you first. You're going to take things slowly. You're going to move forward slowly. And we're going at your pace. If somebody wants to come into your life, they're going at your pace. So I don't necessarily see you as guarded as you used to be, but things are on your terms. And if somebody is not okay with that, then I think you're okay with them walking away. Okay, the Knight of Cups. So this could definitely be somebody taking a step into your life. And this could also indicate you moving forward with somebody. Like I said, instead of the Four of Cups, we've kind of graduated to the Knight of Cups. So the Four of Cups has no interest in anything. The Knight of Cups does have interest in something. But as they're moving toward whatever this thing is that they have interest in, they're going slow. They're feeling their emotions. They're letting their emotions guide them. And they're confident. They know that they've gone through this long journey here, and they know that there's no rush. Like I said here, if somebody wants to wait until you're ready, then that's fine. If not, then that's fine too. The King of Wands. This could be somebody that comes into your life who has also done a lot of soul searching, who has done a lot of changing, a lot of working on themselves. Somebody who's very confident, somebody who has a lot of passion for you. You see the salamander here? This reminds me of the butterflies that you have. This is somebody who's gone through a lot of changes, somebody who's very secure with themselves, somebody who is not going to play games with your heart. This is somebody who's very honest, somebody who probably has a little bit of a wall also, who's a little bit guarded, but not really, just more cautious, kind of probably a healthy level of caution is what I'm talking about, or what I'm trying to express to you. But this person is somebody that you can really trust, somebody that you would feel comfortable with. The Ten of Wands. Someone who might be coming into your life will be patient with you, because that first person that you really connect with, what I'm seeing here in this card, connected to the Four of Wands, is that you could meet somebody who you feel you will allow them to take you out of this isolation that you had here. But that might be a little scary for you, because remember I said this is like the first person that you're really feeling a strong connection to. And so with that being said, this is the first person that you're really going to have to let into your life, the first person that you're really going to let see those walls down. But I see this person will be patient with you, because what might happen is when you start to really feel that connection, you might want to put those walls back up. But you're so close to, because you've worked so hard on yourself, you're really close to letting them go. It's like, you know what, this really isn't worth it anymore. Let me just move forward with this and kind of see where it's going. We have the Two of Pentacles. This kind of goes to what I was just saying here, that you might start out feeling confident in moving forward with this new person, this new relationship. And this could possibly be a current relationship that you're in and trying to work on yourself and then integrate back into the relationship, if that makes any sense. But it really, well, yeah, it could be that, where you're kind of coming out of a darker period in your relationship and you're learning to find each other again. So that is also possible. And then kind of going through each phase of this while you're together instead of meeting somebody new. But it is kind of like you're meeting somebody new because you've both worked on each other. Remember, you've both worked on yourselves individually as you've been together. Remember, we have the salamander and the butterflies here. So it's like you've both done a lot of work on yourselves. Okay, so back to the Two of Pentacles. It's like two people coming together who are balanced individually and then together. So it's been a lot of work. I think you've both done a lot of work on yourselves. And then merging together, it's like this balanced whole. Like if you see this here, this is the infinity symbol. But both of these coins are within the infinity symbol. And then I think that you can grow together from this point forward, letting your walls down. And seeing how when, if you want to put your walls back up, but then you decide to let them go here because you're almost there here, and then seeing how well balanced you both are together and kind of realizing that and focusing on that instead of moving forward in this kind of synchronistic energy that you have, synchronized, opposed to letting your walls stay up. We have the Five of Wands. Yeah, so what I'm getting here is that in the past, you may have, anytime there was an argument or a miscommunication or something, those walls came right back up. But with this connected to the Page of Pentacles and taking steps, it's like, okay, if you have an argument or if there's confusion or whatever's going on in this connection that you have, instead of arguing and not being productive, I see you more looking at what is the issue here and taking steps to fix the issue. So instead of arguing, saying, okay, well, what's your point of view? This is my point of view. How can we fix this? Which I see is completely different from how you've done things before. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles, this is a very hardworking card. So again, what I'm seeing here is that you've done a lot of work on yourself. You've come a long way. You still have your body armor on, but you're willing to allow somebody into your life. You're willing to accept something that someone wants to give you. You're willing to see where this goes. And I see that you're taking things slowly. Either if you meet somebody new or if you're kind of renewing your relationship with somebody that you were with for a while. Maybe you were with somebody and you had children with this person, and now those children are graduating and moving out of the house, and now you're kind of renewing your relationship with your spouse or your partner or whoever it is. And so I see it moving slowly. There's no rush, taking your time, checking in with each other, communicating, and moving from this place of being so guarded to this place where you've already started transforming. And that is your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I do hope to see you in a future reading.